Have you ever noticed how quick we are to hand our power over to other people? Whether it be seeking a validation from other people, asking for their acceptance, seeking their approval, we hand over our emotional well-being to so many other people rather than taking responsibility for protecting it ourselves. I think we do this for a number of reasons, probably because over time we've kind of actually been conditioned to do that, to seek approval, to ask others what they think we are worth before actually placing a value on our own worth. And even though it's actually not easier to seek approval from others and to put our emotional well-being in other people's hands in this way, sometimes it kind of feels easier because not having to take responsibility for that ourselves kind of negates that burden of responsibility. So it can feel like the easier option. The problem with handing over responsibility for our emotional well-being in this way comes in because obviously we are no longer in control of our emotional well-being. We've placed it in the hands of others. If ever you've suffered from a lack of self-worth, a lack of self-belief, a fear of rejection, a fear of abandonment, you know how painful it can be and the deep impact it can actually have in your life. It can really stop you from fulfilling your purpose and doing the things in life that make you feel deeply fulfilled and in turn make you feel deeply happy. Now, the number one self-empowerment thing I think that we can all do is actually take full responsibility for ourselves. And that includes our actions, our words, our work, our worth, the things we say, our purpose, our emotional well-being. We take full responsibility for it ourselves. I remember quite a number of years ago when I first said to my husband, I'm not responsible for your happiness. I can do whatever I can do to try and help make you happy, but I'm not responsible for your happiness, you are. We have to take full responsibility for our own emotional well-being if we want to live truly fulfilled lives. So taking full responsibility for your emotional well-being in your life, you can kind of think of it as self-leadership. You decide how you show up, how you work, the work you do, the message you put out there, how you value yourself, how you live. You take responsibility, you decide. That is self-leadership. Now, this all became so much clearer to me when I read this amazing book called Fears to Fierce by Britta Fernandez-Schmidt. It's basically a journey of self-leadership, a journey towards self-leadership, and recognizing that actually leading yourself is the most powerful impact you can have in the world. Because when you are self-leading, you are holding yourself accountable to your own purpose. And your purpose gives your life clarity and meaning. And your purpose needs you to powerfully self-lead in order to be fulfilled. If you are constantly seeking others' approval or acceptance or instruction as to how you live your life, you are not going to be living life for your purpose, living life on purpose. And living your life on your own purpose, for your own purpose, is the best way to have a big impact in the world and to feel truly fulfilled. So when you self-lead and you live your life on purpose, you are no longer relying on the assessment of other people in terms of how much you're worth or when you're worth more or when you're worth less. You're completely self-reliant. So this self-leadership isn't reliant on any external factors at all. It all comes from within. So you can see how when you take responsibility to self-lead, you empower yourself. We all have so much power in ourselves to live on purpose and to live truly fulfilled lives. But if we start seeking that power from other people, from external sources, we are giving away our power. We are not feeling empowered. We are allowing other people to control whether we feel powerful or not. It's also really important to note that leadership isn't like a job role, it's a mindset, it's a state of mind. And we are all leaders in every single aspect of our lives. Every moment is an opportunity to self-lead. Have you heard that saying, you either evolve or repeat? Every moment of your life is an opportunity to take responsibility and lead yourself from this powerful place of purpose. And when people seek leadership, they're not actually looking for someone to tell them how to do something or exactly what to do. They're actually looking for people who demonstrate, who are living their values and their purpose in a way that makes them feel able to do the same. What we're actually seeking in leaders is inspiration, to feel inspired, to lead ourselves, to feel empowered, to live our own purpose, to speak our own truth. None of us are looking to be a shadow of somebody else and to just blindly follow somebody else. And if that's what we are looking for, we're looking for the wrong things, because we are our own leaders of our own lives and our own destiny. Nobody can do it for us. So taking this responsibility to self-lead is really the path to personal and professional growth, expansion, development, and fulfillment. So there are a few ways to really step into self-leadership. And the first way is to take control of your thoughts. Now, positive thinking is actually a habit. You've probably heard of an attitude of gratitude. If you get into the habit of doing writing down 3 things you're grateful for every single morning, you are training your brain to start looking for positives, to start feeling and seeing all the amazing things in your life you can be grateful for. Powerful self-leaders do not dwell in negativity. They take control of their thoughts. They learn to turn things into positives and how to move forward and focus on the action. So taking control of your thoughts is a really, really powerful way that you can start to self-lead and become less dependent on what others are saying or doing in order for you to feel fulfilled and happy. Also remember, what we think we become, we literally manifest our words and thoughts into actions. So taking control of your thoughts is a very, very important thing if you're wanting to manifest a truly fulfilled life for yourself. The second way to really step into self-leadership is to take the initiative. I am a huge fan of messy, imperfect action. I feel like when you get into action, there's actually not enough time for fear or seeking approval of others. We just get into action. So taking the initiative to take the action to achieve the thing that you're wanting to create in your life is a huge way that you step into your power as a self-leader, because you're not waiting for permission from someone else to do the things that you feel are right for you. You're literally taking action and getting things done. The third way to step into powerful self-leadership is release the need for validation. Release the need for someone to say, good job, good job. When we are deeply living in our purpose, that is the only validation we need. I always talk about detaching from the outcome, detaching from outcomes we cannot control. So for example, if you're doing a social media post at its most basic level, let's say you're doing a social media post and the thing that you attach to is how many likes, shares, or comments you get. You're putting your emotional well-being in someone else's hands. That is not self-leadership. Whereas if when you create that social media post, the validation you're seeking is from inside yourself, you know your intention, your energy, and the reason that you put that post out there, and that's enough. Like, the reason you're putting things out into the world, that is your validation, your why, your purpose. It comes from within. And when it comes from within, you are in control of that validation. You can be the master of your own self-worth. You're not seeking validation externally. So when you're doing anything in your life, really think about your motives for doing it. If it's just for a pat on the back, is it really something that's fulfilling your deeper inner purpose, your meaning? Is it something that's going to make you feel better, happier, more fulfilled? The reason for doing things in your life should be that it's on purpose, that it's got the right intention and energy behind it. So removing that need for external validation is a huge step towards self-leadership. The fourth way to move towards self-leadership is to actually get vulnerable. There's that saying, isn't there, that you should always aim to be the dumbest person in the room. Like, you don't always, you will never have all the answers, and nor should you try to pretend that you have got all of the answers. Seriously, trying to control the way others perceive you in that way is just a path to unhappiness. You've got to be willing to get vulnerable, to seek new ways, new ideas, new ways of thinking, in order for you to constantly learn and evolve and self-lead from a more powerful place. So get vulnerable, share who you really are, and don't be afraid to say, I don't know how to do that, that doesn't make sense, I've not done this before. And the final way that you can step into self-leadership is to really focus on your personal and growth, your personal and professional growth. Obviously, I'm a business owner, but focus on your personal growth. As you're going through life or your business, setting targets, measuring yourself against targets, keeping yourself accountable, remembering the lessons you've learned, implementing the lessons you've learned, taking fast action. These are all things that you can be doing all the time to increase your personal and professional growth and lead on purpose. Now, reading this book, Fears to Fears, actually inspired me to host a live event. I've wanted to do this for so many years, but I've let my fear get in the way. And reading this book really made me think, actually, self-leadership is such a key towards personal and professional fulfillment. I felt compelled to host an event on self-leadership. So I just took the bull by the horns, took bold, brave, messy and perfect action, and I actually messaged Britta on Instagram and asked her if she'd come and speak at my event, and she actually said yes. That's a huge lesson, and if you don't ask, you don't get. So I'm hosting an event for women who are ambitious, purpose-driven, and who want to really step into self-leadership, who understand the importance of living on purpose to live a fulfilled and happy life. The event's taking place on the 31st of March 2022 in Leeds at the Queen's Hotel in Leeds. I'll put a link to it below, so if you are in the area or you can get to the area and you're interested in learning more, take a look. Every single person who attends the event will receive a signed copy of Britta's book as well, because I just feel so passionately about the message that she's got in here, that self-leadership really is the path to empowered living on purpose. So that's it for today. That's my little take on self-leadership for growth and development and living a happy and fulfilled life. I really hope that you found this useful today. Please pop your comments, your thoughts, your experiences on self-leadership, on handing over power, taking back power, stepping deeper into your purpose in the comments below. Let me know if you've enjoyed this video by giving it a thumbs up. If you've got any questions or there's anything else you'd like me to share videos on, please also let me know in the comments. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, the more the merrier, and I'll see you in the next video.